This quarantine is killing me.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So as you can see, I have kind of a new setup going on back here because this weekend I painted my room. Since we're quarantined, I figured what better time to, buckle down and paint my room than now. And I did. And let me tell you, it was quite a project. I'm gonna have a vlog going up kind of a before and after of my room. I mean, you see my wall is white now. It used to be not white. It was like a dirty beige color. So now kind of going into spring, I wanted to film some spring makeup tutorials for you guys. So I posted on my Instagram story a little poll of what color theme that you guys wanted for today's video, and you picked purple. So today we're gonna do some purple pastels, do a little faux freckle action, just to keep it light and cute for spring. So if that sounds good to you, let's get right on into the video. Okay, so first things first, I already took a shower and I used my Truly Beauty CBD Glow Serum and my Embry Loss moisturizer. So my face is feeling really soft and very like supple. So I'm gonna show you guys a little trick that I saw on Instagram, and it looks a little bit crazy, but just bear with me, I promise it'll turn out good. So I'm sure that you guys have seen these before, the Huda Beauty like body luminizers. Patrick Ta has some, the Fenty Beauty Body Lava. I just have the Huda one, and this is in the shade Aphrodite. You have to give it a good shake, and I'm not kidding, put this all over your face, like literally all over your face. Oh, and all over your body too, yeah. Good, 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 good. It's gonna look crazy at first, but when I tell you that when you put your foundation over it, it gives you the most like luminous glow from within. And I'm just using a kabuki brush from BH Cosmetics, a really cheap one. It doesn't really ruin your brushes, but I wouldn't use an expensive brush for this. It feels so good to be sitting down filming again. I mean, my room was in shambles for the past weekend, so I haven't really posted, and plus with all this craziness going around, which I don't really want to talk about because I'm so sick of hearing about it on the news. So we're just gonna keep things makeup related today. And if you don't want your whole face to be like super glowy, you could just put it on your cheekbones, like over here and on your forehead, and it'll just kind of give you a natural highlight from within instead of putting a bunch of highlighter on top of your makeup. If you put highlighter underneath your makeup and contour and stuff, it makes everything look a little bit more subtle and more natural. But I haven't done my makeup in so long. I want to go all out today. I'm using full coverage, everything. And I should probably add, if you do want to put this all over your face the way that I did, I would definitely use a medium to full coverage, probably more full coverage foundation, because you don't want to look completely insane. You definitely want to cover it up, but kind of when you turn your head, you'll kind of get that dewy natural glow. I'm going to use my favorite full coverage foundation today, and it's the Huda Beauty Faux Filter. I have the shade Amaretti and Latte. I like to mix the two because one's too dark and one's too light, but if I mix them, it's just right. That was so stupid. I'm gonna put one pump of the Latte and then a half a pump of the Amaretti, the darker one, because I am a little bit light right now because Lord knows I haven't seen the sun in ages. So we're just gonna start off with that for now. See how full coverage that is? It smells so good. I love the smell. I know that some people are sensitive to smells, so if you are sensitive to perfumey, florally smells, this might not be for you, but personally, I love it. I think it smells so good. I'm just buffing this out all over my face with an M6 kabuki brush from Morphe, and you can see it spreads it around like butter. So while I was painting my room, I was listening to the Office Ladies podcast with Jenna Fisher and Angela Kinsey. They are so adorable together and so funny. I love The Office. I haven't even finished watching it yet. Yes, I'm a late bloomer when it comes to The Office, so don't come for me. It took me a while, but it's amazing and I'm obsessed with it now. While I was painting my room, I obviously couldn't have my TV up on the wall, so I was listening to their podcast constantly, and it was so funny and it helped me so much like get through the painting because I just wanted to keep listening. I would definitely check out their podcast Office Ladies on Spotify. So you can tell that the highlighter that I put all over my face is pretty much gone, but when I turn my head, you could see that it has more of like a luminous glow. This foundation is so full coverage, some people might not even need to conceal underneath their eyes. I just like to add some brightness, so I'm going to use the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer in the shade Medium because this is a very full coverage concealer to combat a full coverage foundation. Like I said, I'm going all out full coverage today. So if that's not for you, then I'm sorry, but I've been stuck in quarantine now for I don't even know how long. My face hasn't seen the light of day, hasn't even seen an Instagram post, so I gotta make myself look good. And I'm just gonna blend this concealer out with my Cover FX liquid foundation brush. It's just a smaller kabuki brush that fits underneath your eye. And I'm just pressing the concealer down the bridge of my nose first and kind of patting it into my skin before I drag it out and make sure there's no harsh lines. I've been letting TikTok rot my brain right before I go to bed every night. And I'm not kidding you, I legit dream of like TikTok dances and songs going through my head. Speaking of which, I made a TikTok, and like, I don't want to say that it's like a viral TikTok because like, I feel like if it's viral, millions of people seen it. My TikTok got 33,000 views, which is like, that's more views on any social media platform that I've ever gotten in my life. But basically I was just like eating lunch and cop cars showed up to my neighbor's house. If you want, go watch the video on TikTok at Alexa West. That's all my social media handles. If you want to hear the little story time about how the cop showed up to my neighbor's house. Now I have like a TikTok complex, like, don't talk to me. Now we are going to set this face with some concealer, and I'm using the Jeffree Star no, not concealer, oh my god, setting powder, and I'm using the Jeffree Star translucent setting powder that smells like delicious cotton candy. Just gonna take a generous amount of that on a beauty blender. Wow guys, I haven't done this full coverage makeup in so long. Alright, so I'm just gonna let my face bake for a few minutes and I will be right back. Okay, I'm back, and I did my eyebrows quickly off camera. For me, it was like 20 minutes. For you, it was literally a second. So now I'm just gonna contour my face using the Kylie bronzer in the shade Almond. And I'm gonna take it on this It Cosmetics brush. As you can see, it's a fluffy brush, but it's kind of like flattened out a little bit because I want to get more of a precise contour today since I'm going all out with my makeup. And I did my brows off camera to save time, number one, but I also have another video, an in-depth tutorial about how I've been doing my brows lately, so I will leave that in the description down below if you want to check that out as well. And when you're contouring, you want to bring the contour from the corner of your lip to the tip of your ear. Unless you have really defined cheekbones, you want to just kind of sculpt them out, but usually where your cheekbones lie is between these 2 points anyway, so a little contour tidbit for you guys. And then on a denser angled brush, this is a Morphe E4, I'm just going to dust around the perimeter of my forehead and go underneath my jaw.
Somebody come get her, she dancing like a stripper.
Hey, I'm sorry guys, I gotta work on my camera angles. Like when I'm editing, I get so freaking annoyed at myself. I'm like, why was I like this the whole time, like doing my bronzer? Doesn't make any sense to me, but I think it's just like a lack of like consciousness when I'm, okay, that sounds terrible, lack of consciousness. I think it's a lack of like self-awareness. Like I say the word like a lot and that bothers me also. So I'm just like out here trying my best. Leave me any constructive criticism in the comments down below. Honestly though, I really would love to hear from you guys. What videos you want to see from me, what I can do to make my videos better. And then whatever's left over on my contour brush, I kind of just go over everywhere that I put the translucent powder just so it's not so bright white because I don't like that. I hate getting flashback in pictures. I've had a lot of bad moments with that, so I'm scarred. So since I wanted to do a purple pastel look, I'm gonna grab my Kat Von D Fetish palette because it has some pastel blushes in here, like this gorgeous purple pastel that I'm gonna use today. So I'm just gonna take a clean angled fluffy brush, the same type of brush that I use to contour with, and I'm gonna dip into that pretty purple shade. It's called Coven, and I'm just gonna start off, I'm gonna smile, and then I'm gonna start off on the apples of my cheeks and tap it back into my contour. This is a very light shade for me. I'm gonna actually go a little bit more heavy-handed than I usually do. I think it adds a really pretty flush of color, and I think today I'm gonna kind of take it all the way up into my temples, which is something that I don't normally do, but I see some people do it on Instagram, so I'm gonna try it out today, see how I like it. And then whatever's left over on the brush, I just dust it over my nose and kind of around my forehead, just to make everything look nice and cohesive and bring some color back into my face. I like to save highlighter for last, depending on what kind of eye look I do, because I feel like those two things stand out the most, and you want them to kind of tie together, so I'm gonna save highlighter for the end. But another fun thing that I'm gonna do today is I'm gonna show you how I do my faux freckles. They look super realistic and it's really easy. And I like to do my faux freckles before my highlight because when it's underneath, it looks a little bit more natural. So what I'm gonna do is I have my Bondi Sands Self Tanner, and don't worry, this doesn't actually leave freckles on your face. I tried to make a video where I did put this on my face and leave it on overnight and it didn't work, so don't worry, it's not gonna stain your face. And I have this brush from Morphe. It's a liquid brush. It's an M427, and it has these like bristles that are separated, sort of. It's hard to explain. What I do is squirt a little bit of the self tanner into here. Then I dip in this brush, and it's gonna be really foamy at first, but then it's kind of gonna turn into a liquid. And you kind of just wanna fan out the brush and like tap off the excess into the jar. And then I like to start out on the sides of my nose and work my way out into my cheeks. So I'll smile. See how natural that looks? I think it looks so cute. So I'll put a little bit on my nose. I like to put a little bit on my forehead as well, just to make it look even more natural. I love these. I think they look so cute. I know a lot of people use the Freck pen and it comes out really good when they use that as well. I just don't have it, and I just haven't had a chance to get my hands on it. So I use the Bondi Sands spray tanner. I got mine at Walgreens, and a brush. You could even use like a really tiny like eyeliner brush and just dot it all over your face, but I feel like this gives it sort of like an asymmetrical pattern because freckles aren't all the same size. I'm just gonna spray my face with a little bit of setting spray because we just did put a lot of product and powder on our face. All right, so now I think I'm ready to move on to eyes. I'm gonna grab my P. Louise Rumor 1 base. This is the lightest base that I personally have. Since I'm doing a pastel themed look, obviously the eyeshadows aren't gonna be as pigmented, but I do want them to show up, so I'm gonna use a lighter base. So I'm just gonna put a little bit of the P. Louise base, like a pea size amount, on the back of my hand. I'm gonna grab a Morphe M421 little tiny concealer brush, and I'm just also gonna use this to carve out my brow and then fill in the rest of my eyelid. Okay, I know that I said that I wasn't gonna use a white base, but I kind of forgot how light this one is. I haven't used it in a little bit, but we're just gonna go with it. And don't worry if it kind of gets onto your nose or it goes out too far. We could just cover it up with some foundation or concealer after we're done with the eyes. So it's okay. It's all gonna be okay. So I have two palettes in front of me. I have the iconic Bloodlust palette, the brand new Jeffree Star purple palette, and this has a few pastel purple shades in here. Gorgeous palette. And then I also have this Sugar Pill little mini fun size pastel palette. It has a few different color pastels in it, but it has like these three. This is like actually more of like a violet, I would say. Like this is purple and this is like blue, but it has like violet-y like pastel undertones in it. So I don't know. So I think first I'm gonna grab the Bloodlust palette because it has more purples in it, obviously. And I'm gonna grab the shade Deviant right here. It's the lightest purple shade. And I'm gonna grab this on my PC35 Peaches and Cream brush. It's just a fluffy Packer eyeshadow brush. I'm gonna dip into that. And I think I'm honestly gonna start off by putting this all over my lid. Jeffree's shadows are so good. Honestly, I don't think I've ever used a palette by him that I was disappointed in. His formula is amazing, and if he can make vegan cruelty-free formulas this good, everybody else can. So I don't want to hear about it. I just want to be able to walk into a store, buy whatever makeup that I want without worrying if it was tested on animals. I mean, like, granted, so many brands now are cruelty-free, so like it's not like it's that hard and that I'm that limited, but I'm just saying, like, the world would be a better place if nobody tested on animals. Just saying. I honestly feel like I kind of want to keep this eye look fairly simple today because this is such a pretty purple. I kind of just want to enhance it and not put anything darker on it to take away from the fact that it's like such a pretty pastel purple. So there's a shade in here called Take the Crown, and I believe that this might be one of his new formulas that have the crushed foiled glitter in it. Give it a quick little swatcheroo for you guys. Oh my god, it feels so creamy in the pan. That's so pretty. Yeah, 100% gonna put this all over my lid for sure. So I'm just gonna go right in with my finger and I'm gonna put this all over my lid. I'm gonna stop right before I get to the outer corner of my eye. God, this is such a pretty lavender color. So I think to enhance this color even further, I'm gonna grab it on a clean Morphe M421 and then spray a little setting spray on it and make it look really glittery and pretty. It is so pigmented. It almost feels wet already, but just to really, you know, do it up over here, we're gonna spray it with some setting spray and pack it on even more. This is so cute. I feel like I look like a little fairy right now. Like it looks like a little fairy wing. And I even dragged that shade Take the Crown right into my inner corner because it's a great inner corner highlight and it looks so cute. All right, so I'm just gonna do this eye quickly off camera just so they're both caught up to each other, and then I will be back to finish up the eyes, and I love how they're coming out so far. Okay, so now I have both eyes caught up to each other and I'm obsessed with how they're turning out so far. So I think I wanna add a little bit of the Fenty Diamond Balm, just kind of put it on my brow bone. That's so pretty. So I think for my lower lash line, I'm gonna dip into the shade Vivid Mood from the Jeffree Star Bloodlust palette. I'm gonna take that on a Morphe E19 pencil brush, and I'm just gonna pack that on my lower lash line. This is more of a vibrant purple, so I feel like it's gonna give a nice pop to the lower lash line, and it is. So for liner today, I'm gonna use my Kat Von D Tattoo Liner, and I kind of want to give myself a really thin, sharp wing. I want to do a really thin, sharp line that connects back into my waterline. I feel like every time I film a tutorial, I always like make a big deal about how stressful my eyeliner is, but try filming eyeliner on camera, trying to stay in frame and in focus. It is hard, okay? Oh, did you hear that? So just to make my eyes look a little bit brighter and more like open and awake, I'm gonna go in with a NYX white eyeliner pencil, and I'm just gonna line my lower lash line. So for mascara, I'm gonna use my Pacifica Beauty. I'm gonna change it up today. I'm gonna use my Stellar Gaze mascara. And I like to put mascara on my lashes kind of as a primer before I put my fake lashes on. It acts as a barrier between the two, so it's not sticking directly onto your lashes. I feel like it blends better if you do it before. A lot of people do it after, but I'm not like the other girls. I'm sorry if you hear voices talking in the background. My dad works from home and he's dealing with a lot at work right now because of the whole COVID-19 thing. So he's on a lot of conference calls. So I'm sorry if you hear like muffled talking every now and then. I can't help it. We're both working from home. All right, so for lashes today, I'm just gonna use good old Ardell Wispy lashes. I love these lashes. The band is so lightweight and I like how they're kind of separated and like clustery. So I always kind of like bend out and trim my lashes before I put them on my eyes because I feel like I need to. They just feel more comfortable and they like wear better throughout the day if I do that. Something really important for fake eyelashes is to let the glue dry for at least a minute before you stick it on, because then it'll stick on and it won't go anywhere. It won't like pop on and off. See how easy that went on? I feel like these lashes are a really good beginner lash because they look very natural, but also like fluffy and like curly and voluminous, and the band is very comfortable. So I think for highlighter today, I'm gonna use my Amrezy highlighter, one of the most iconic highlighters ever created. It's so beautiful and it is gold, but it kind of just has a neutral undertone, if that makes sense. Like it's not like too gold. Just watch how amazing this highlighter is. It's the best highlighter that I think I've ever used in my life. And it looks good on every skin tone. Every client that I've used this highlighter on, it looks amazing. And like I said, we're going all out. Okay, I'm just gonna dust a little bit off my forehead because I know that I wanted to go all out, but I think that that's a little bit too much even for me. Oh my God, I look so glowy, I love it. Okay, the last thing that we have to do is lips. So for lips today, I'm using the Carly Bible Il Makiage collection. I'm using the lip liner in the shade Bible and the lipstick in the shade Serious. And I always slightly overline my lips a little bit. Obvi, everyone does it. I want to get lip fillers low-key just to make my lips look even. Like I don't really even want them to be bigger. I don't really care about that, but I just want my top lip to be even because it is so annoying trying to fill it in when they're uneven and it's like meh, 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 on each side. It's like worse than my eyebrows. And I wanted to keep the lips kind of neutral because the eyes are bright purple. And I guess I could have went for a purple. Okay, I need to stop talking for a second. Hold on. This lipstick is so hydrating and it feels so good on. And like I was saying, I could have done like a purple lip, but I didn't really want to take any attention away from the eyes because I think they're so beautiful. I bought the whole entire Carly Bible Il Makiage collection because I'm obsessed with her. So I'm going to use the Carly Bible Il Makiage lip topper in the shade, I think this is, yeah, Supernova. And I'm just going to put that on the high points of my lip, my Cupid's bow, and the center. That is so pretty. Guys, imagine being as pretty as Carly Bible. I can't. Gonna give myself one final spritz of setting spray. I love how fine the mist is on the Morphe setting sprays. They just came out with a dewy setting spray too that I definitely want to try. So this is the purple pastel spring look all complete. You guys picked it on my Instagram story and I think that it came out so cute. It actually was really simple, especially the eyes. I only used like 3 shades on my eyes, but I think that this is very wearable. So yeah, if you guys have any video suggestions for me, definitely drop them in the comments below. I'm gonna try to be posting 3, maybe 4 times a week since I'm gonna be home anyway. I love making videos for you, so I would definitely like to hear your feedback. Before you leave, definitely hit the subscribe button down below. Follow me on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter at Alexa West, and I'm gonna go eat some ramen because I'm starving, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.